Hey guys, it's me, Dom. I'm here with a poem today. I am at the park. It's a really beautiful day. Does not feel like winter. Um, but yeah, this one I'm reading, I got recommended by someone. So I'm super excited to read it. I haven't gone over it, but we'll see what it is. It is by the author Cesar Vallejo, and it is titled The Black Heralds. So here we go. There are such strong blows in life, I don't know. Blows as from the hatred of God as it is before them. The hangover of everything suffered will sink in the soul, I don't know. There are few, but they are. Open, dark ditches in the fire cast face and in the strongest loin. Perhaps they will be the foals of barbarian Attalus, or the black heralds that death sends us. There are the deep falls of the Christ of the soul, or some lovable that blasphemous destiny. Those bloody bumps are the crackles of some bread that burns on the oven door. In the man, poor, poor, turn your eyes, as when over the shoulder calls us a clap, go crazy eyes, and everything lived, it pools like a puddle of guilt in the look. There are blows in life so strong, I don't know. So super cool. On here there is a short analysis, so I'm gonna go ahead and read that and then kind of say what I think about the poem and go over it. It's very short, very intense, I feel, at least I think. But yeah. So the analysis says, this poem expresses the profound impact of life's hardships. Likened to blow from an angry god, these blows leave scars on both the body and soul. Akin to the hoofs of Attila, the Hun's horses are messengers of death. The poem evokes the suffering of those who have been wronged by fate and the subsequent feeling of emptiness and despair. The powerful imagery and emotional depth reflect tumultuous historical context of the time period, marked by violence and upheaval. Compared to the author's other works, this poem shares similar themes of human suffering and resilience, but with a more introspective and personal tone. Awesome. So, I think this might be my new favorite website. Usually I look on this other one and it just says poems and kind of some information about the author, but this one kind of has like a section where you can comment and kind of like a little breakdown of the poem, and I think that's really cool because sometimes when I read poems I feel like I don't fully understand them and I have to kind of read them again and again, or even just like think a couple days about them. So it's really hard when I'm making a video and having to talk about it right then and there, versus like, okay, let me read it and think about it, because sometimes my mind's just not in the mode to think and ponder. Most of the time it is, but there's those days that aren't. And gotta love Austin. I'll see if that goes away. It might not, but anyways, yeah, like I was saying, it's a very intense poem, and it talks a lot about, just life and suffering, and when people blame things on outward things rather than, taking time to be like, maybe this is my fault, and not saying that things are, for example, oh my gosh, I just spilled it. Oopsies. For example, a big one is like, oh, like, my tire's flat, like, it must be like the world's against me or that, versus like, I feel like just changing your perspective and being like, you know what, like, that sucks, my tire that, but hey, at least I have a new tire, or I have a better quality one, so next time when my other tires are gone, like, I don't have to replace that one. Or just like taking time to really change your perception on life and on negative things, rather than being like, oh, this is happening to me. I feel like it's happening not for me, but there's always a positive out of most negatives. And yeah, I feel like this really touches base on that, especially when it talks about the bread that burns on the oven door. I feel like that's a good kind of comparison as far as like burnt bread. No one likes burnt bread, and when you think of that, you think of like, almost, I mean, I don't want to say disgust, but like disgust, like you don't like, no one likes burnt bread. If you do, we gotta talk. Anyways, yeah, when you mentioned that, it's like, okay, like, this is very negative and there's no way of almost coming out of it. But again, if you just change your perspective, and this was, I want to say, I'm trying to see when the poem was, what year it was made, because again, I feel like times were also different, and a lot of times, a lot of problems that we have now did not exist back then, and I feel like we're very fortunate to be able to have, you know, first world problems like, oh, my phone's dead, or oh, I can't afford to go on a trip to Colorado to go skiing with my friends. Like, those are first world problems, versus back then it was like, oh no, like, this problem might cause me to die, or this problem means I'm going to be homeless. And you know, again, that might just be, I'm very fortunate to not have those problems. But again, like, I feel like most people in, you know, today's times aren't dealing with that, at least in my little small bubble that I am in. Of course, I know it is happening, and I know there's lots of things happening. Again, very fortunate to be, you know, just here and be able to live the life that I do. But again, yeah, just I feel like in general there was a lot more of a bigger population. Wow, I really wonder what's happening. Hope everyone's okay. But yeah, yeah, that's it I kind of have for today. I've been kind of just very busy with life, so if I don't post anything, I do apologize. I am trying to stay on a weekly Monday, Wednesday, Friday posting. So yeah, thank you for listening, and take care.